To pray, there's no angels where I go, only pieces that are broken, scattered dreams across the floor. I'm home.
Alrighty, hello everybody, this is Kirusho here. Now, wherever we last left off, Deku had just been, well, in a bit of a odd situation. Along with that, things were at least resolved. Midoriya was able to convince the diamonds that he wasn't his mom. But in the process, he was split into two. His humanity, and, well, his Gen half. After getting things solved and helping White Diamond, they were able to head back to Earth and actually resolve the issue with the corrupted gems, along with the cluster. Now, let us pick up about roughly 2 years after this. Over on Earth, things are a bit odd, however. The diamonds and other gems are learning about quirks, and exactly what all this means. They do find it to be a bit odd, because the closest thing they have to abilities, or, well, quirks, are certain gem abilities, like the ruby's ability to, well, create fire and produce it, the sapphire's ability to create ice, and then you have the lapis lazulis, who can manipulate water. That is quite interesting. Thinking that the humans are becoming closer and closer to gem kind, in some odd way. Now, along with that, there are still a lot of issues that have been left unresolved. You have things like, well, what's the best way to say this? Amethyst still feels like she's left out of things, or at least childish sometimes. The only reason why she stuck around in the first place was to beat Jasper. And even then, after that was done, she got suckered into a wedding. That's what it felt like. Then Homeworld showed up. Pearl, however, she does not, well, she's had a bit more things to deal with. It has been somewhat odd and, well, uneasy. Along with that, things are finally looking up for everyone. It seems like that, even though all this might be unresolved, it will be easier to deal with. And everyone else is at home. Deku is looking over at what's going on with Little Homeworld, because it just got built, not too far away into the forest. Along with that, the Peridot that is assigned to Earth, or at least to help oversee construction of Little Homeworld, is the one that tried to kill Steven, or at least the gems. Awkward. Anyways, that was 2 years ago. But it's today, here in the future. Now, everyone is somewhat just relaxing, and trying to enjoy the day. Midoriya does know that summer is, well, a good time of year. Although it sometimes does get hot. So, what are we gonna do now? He's gonna be turning 14, and then, well, that would be the start of the anime. So exactly what is he gonna do now? He is announcing on his, well, Homeworld computer at the gem base, or his gem base at his house, that he is Izuku Midoriya, or Izuku Universe. And, well, he's had fun dismantling the Empire, and trying to at least make sure a lot of gems are restored over the last couple, well, months. Along with that, he does not consider himself to be Pink Diamond. He may be her, well, 2.0, but he's not really looking to be her. But anyways, come down to Little Homeworld if you guys want to at least try life on Earth. Now, that would be where the broadcast would end. And Midoriya would, well, go over Little Homeworld and see how things are. It's relatively fine and good. Other than that, things are a bit more complicated. They are missing construction equipment. Some of it may have gone missing, or some other gems are using it elsewhere. Because apparently this Peridot had somewhat of a planning board, and this was not a part of the plan. Her somewhat freaking out, and quoting an old TV show. Now, with that being said, this is whenever Steven, or Izuku, would have eventually headed back home. And just sit down on the couch and hang out. He does need to do some training later. Other than that, he is fairly certain that Mina will be by soon. Now, a little while later, Mina would come by, and these two would be hanging out. Deku actually asking her if she's, well, thought about going to UA, and getting back to training. He knows that she still does some without him, but, well, it'd be nice to get back to how things used to be. Her just looking at him and saying, yeah, sure. One of her gems tried to kill us and all the time. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with how things are now. Deku at least smirking, and laughing this off a bit. As the earth would somewhat shake a bit, and you can hear something up in the sky outside. Midoriya running out to see what this is. As you have Spinel and her injector. This being a bit odd, and Midoriya not really sure what to say about that. As well, things would be a bit weird. The gem would announce herself and just say that she is kind of curious. So, Pink Diamond picked this planet over me, her best friend. This miserable nowhere place. Midoriya confused, and asked exactly what does she mean, and who is she? Her just saying that she is Spinel, and she's interested in meeting Pink Diamond's other friends. In fact, I believe you're one of them. As she would throw her leg out, kicking Midoriya, saying that not just that, I'm fairly certain you even knew about me. Midoriya confused. A Spinel. Spinel. Where did I hear that? Him someone remembering it. One of the diamonds said that you even left your do you even know where your Spinel is? Wait. No. How are you here now? Spinel a bit confused, saying that she was left in the garden. Deku just thinking. He didn't really hear about a garden. He tried looking through, well, a lot of logs. He thought he just would have come across her in his travels. But, well, this garden place. As he would just say, where is that? He's never heard of it. As Spinel would just say, of course she hasn't. Pink probably just scrubbed it from the records, trying to get rid of me. She was always so funny like that. That little smile she put on. Now I know it was fake. I know she just put it on to try and make me feel better. But it wasn't easy. Now, Spinel would jump off the injector and directly meet face to face with the crystal gems. After, well, singing a song, and proceeding to use her elastic abilities to throw the gems around, until she would have smashed them all together. Pearl actually kind of confused. And everything that's happened, she forgot that Spinel was even a thing. Now, Spinel is quite the gem herself. Her just yelling that she has been alone for quite a bit of time, all because of Pink's little games. Do you have any reason or even any excuse for that? Midoriya not saying a thing, as Spinel would look towards Pink Diamond's Pearl, saying that she brought you with her. Well, that's just swell. That will make things a lot easier for me. As she would proceed to pull out a blade. Her scythe. The rejuvenator. Now, this is whenever she would begin to attack, trying to actually fight with the crystal gems. And this would go on the bit of the offensive. This may be time for peace, but that doesn't mean that the villains aren't still around. Even then, they do need to keep training. Them actually having a bit of a harder time against her. Still, but not as much as in the actual movie. Now, this is whenever Amethyst would go to fight her. Being able to get an arm wrapped around get a whip wrapped around the rejuvenator, and try and pull. Spinel basically just elasticating herself, as Amethyst would eventually have to let go whenever Spinel tries to swing at her. And Spinel would just jump backwards, being thrown in the opposite direction, actually slicing straight through Pearl. As Midoriya would see this, watching Pearl just poof. As he would have taken a deep breath in, and let out a large blast of fire, sending it straight at Spinel. Thinking, he's never seen a gem move like her before, so that means that clearly she is special somehow. As he tries to fight with her. Him actually being able to, use his bubble ability to his advantage. Instead of using his shield, he would have made his bubble, because he doesn't think his shield would protect him from that. Her basically slicing straight through it, but him being able to dodge the blow. As Garnet would come in, grabbing onto Spinel before she does this, elasticate herself more, wrapping around Garnet and actually starting to squeeze at her. Before she does actually just, kind of have to defuse. Defusing and then refusing in order to escape her grasp. That being a bit odd, as Garnet would have turned back to her, and begin by shapeshifting her arm, elongating it and actually moving it like Spinel does. However, it does just look like a beam of light. Now, Spinel would have just cut straight through this, and Garnet would have been a bit more confused. Until she does poof. One of her gems falling around and actually landing somewhere on the beach. The other gem just rolling down the hill. Now, Amethyst and Midoriya are the only ones left. As Amethyst would just run straight towards Spinel and throw out another whip, along with the one she already had in her hand. Beginning by wrapping them around their junior and actually being able to pull them away and getting them close to her. She then would run in and try and grab the rejuvenator, picking it up and trying to go for a slash. Spinel being able to dodge it and just jump over her, as she actually then just socks her across the face, sending her flying, as she would just grab the rejuvenator. Midoriya running in, as he would just give her a hard shoulder checking her and actually sending her flying down towards the beach. As he just looks around. The gems are all fine, he does need to find Sapphire. She's down there somewhere. With that being said, Midoriya would jump down. Midoriya would confront Spinel down by the beach, and see her, getting back up and going to grab the rejuvenator. Amethyst actually close by. As Spinel gets up, Amethyst will go to throw a whip out and wrap it around one end of the rejuvenator, trying to at least make sure that she can take down the weapon first. However, that is, sadly, not an option anymore. Spinel throwing out her leg and immediately just hitting her directly in the chest, cracking her gem as she sends her flying. Now, whenever that happens, this is whenever Izuku would run in and immediately just attack her, grabbing her and actually just throwing her across the beach, along with actually getting his hands on the weapon itself. Confused and actually looking over, trying to figure out how to turn it off. But, well, that may not be an option. At least not one he can find. Now, this is whenever Midoriya, he would just do one thing. He would just hold on to it. And before he could put it into his pocket or even try and shrink it down, Spinel would come back in, immediately just grabbing onto him and trying to wrap around him, as he actually just formed a bubble and just let it, Spinel sent flying in every direction, as she's still elongated. Now, this is whenever Mina would come running over and see exactly what is going on. Spinel actually mistaking her for a gem and proceeding to go straight for her, as Mina would send out a large blast of acid. That's not really being effective. As soon as she sends out the large blast, this is whenever Spinel would come running directly at her and hit her with a large punch, sending her flying. Her trying to at least gain her balance in the air, along with shake off possibly a few broken ribs. That being the downside. Now, Izuku would just immediately go running over and check to see if she is okay. With that, now, Midoriya would go and check to see if she is going to be okay. And, he would heal her. Her getting back up and at least shaking off the pain. She may have just been healed, but she can still feel that mentally. As the two would fuse, Spinel quite shocked. Mizuku actually standing up and saying that that is enough. You already had to deal with one gem. Now you have to deal with, a combined force. Now, Mizuku would just rush forwards and summon the shield, immediately running in and then smashing it directly across Spinel's face, as she gets sent flying even more, and they would begin to fight. Amethyst getting back up and at least trying to keep herself together. Mizuku seeing her down by the battlefields and heading in her direction. If she heals Amethyst's gem now, then she can possibly gain the leg up against Spinel. That is a good idea, right, Midoriya? Yeah, it's perfect. But we also do need to think about one more thing. That rejuvenator thing in the ground. We don't know exactly what it is. It could be dangerous. Now, they would have headed in and heal Amethyst's cracked gem. Her directly going back into battle. As soon as she heads back in, she would have been sadly just taken down, easily, by Spinel, who would then just hold up her gem, saying that this would be a bit easy. In fact, I could do what the old Diamond Authority used to do, and she begins to squeeze down a bit, saying that she could just shatter this gem, a overgrown amethyst, or a runt, overcooked. So many names, so many gems you could have given them. But I like that one the best. Mizuku getting completely angry and turning pink, flying directly towards Spinel. Spinel a bit odd about that, as she was getting sent flying with that mighty punch directly at. Now, as soon as Spinel hits the injector, she would have just looked back at this scene, seeing this pink figure just flying at her. As she would have done one thing: drop the gem. This actually just surprised Midoriya. Him going to grab it. A fall from this height might damage it more, or even crack it again. Now, as soon as these two hit the ground, they would have grabbed him with his gem, but not before getting a slash and defusing. Midoriya a bit surprised, turning around and immediately just grabbing Spinel's gem, as he just sends a large blast of fire in her face and pulls it out. Not really sure what to do. Now, as soon as that happens, Mina would just say that this is not good. But Midoriya would just go on saying that it's actually all fine. We managed to deal with the threat before it even became a bigger problem. Mina just saying that's not what she's talking about, pointing down towards the grass. It's dying. And, well, this is becoming a lot worse than they thought. Now, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and, well, this has taken me 40 minutes to try and record, and I have to go to work right now, so I do hope you guys enjoyed. The reason why it took me 40 minutes is because I kept getting interrupted, and then this mic is so sensitive it picks out a lot of background noise, like, I'm pretty sure it just picked up that. Anyway guys, I do hope you enjoyed.